Hello, today we're going to be doing the top 5 best spying devil fruits. So, as a runner-up, we have the clothing fruit owned by Kinemon. And the reason why this is a runner-up, because it can make a disguise, but it isn't very effective. Because we saw Kinemon use it, and he made a disguise of Doflamingo, and although it did fool Gladius, it's quite obvious that it is still Kinemon in a sort of dress-up suit. So, although it has some sort of expertise in disguises, it's not perfect. So, number 5, the Dawdor fruit, owned by Bluno. This is useful because it allows you to get in and out of any building. Also, Bluno can make the air door, so he can appear in any room suddenly. Also, if the mission of is to capture someone, he can pull them into the door world and take them with him. And once they're in the door world, they can't fight him anymore. Also, along with his 6 powers and being able to use the shave technique, he's very fast to get them into the door world. Also, he can survey a scene without even entering. He can just stay in the door world and then just look through. Number 4, the Ghost fruit, owned by Perona on Thriller Bark. So these ghosts can be used to overhear conversations. So Perona used it so that so she could oversee the Straw Hats on the Thousand Sunny. Also, Perona can project herself as a ghost, and although now that she over the time skip, she was able to fly and become a ghost, but also deal her own attacks. So take her own body with her. Which is useful. So flying is good for infiltration. Also, the ghosts can also deal significant damage, and so if she needs to make an escape, she can take down guards or whatever she needs to do. Number 3, the flower fruit. So this is owned by Nico Robin, and this gives the user the ability to sprout any part of their body anywhere they want. So let's say if she's trying to overhear some sort of conference, she can sprout an eye on the ceiling or an ear under the table, and then she could hear what they're saying. The only problem with this ability is that when she uses it, her eyes and the things that she sprouts can be seen, obviously. So if she was in the conference room, she would have to carefully sort of hide her eye so that it couldn't be seen, which is a small problem with this fruit, and why it also doesn't rank higher. So in number 2, the clone fruit. So it allows the user to make a perfect impersonation of whoever they want. However, the drawbacks are that you have to have physically touched the person to be able to turn into them. And you can turn into their body, but if they're, for example, wearing something, you can't turn into that. So the way that they stopped Mr. 2 in Alabaster was that they had a band around their arm, and then underneath they drew an X, so that they could mark that they weren't Mr. 2. And the way that worked was because they added the X after they had met Mr. 2, so he couldn't turn into them. Because when a person uses the clone fruit, the person they touch is the only form that they can turn into. Because Mr. 2 turned into Nami in Impel Down, but it was the same as when he had touched her in at the beginning of the sort of Baroque Works arc, rather than how she looked at that point. So the body doesn't age with the person. It just stays as a sort of photo of the person when they were touched. Another problem is that can't really access the mannerisms of the person. So Mr. Two turned into Husop and Alabaster, and he told Vivi just to come with him. But Vivi knew that Husop was a complete coward, and therefore she decided that it was Mr. Two and got away. So that's the only problem with it. And then my top spying devil fruit is the Glare Glare fruit. And this is an incredibly powerful fruit. Not even just for spying abilities, but also for offensive capabilities. So it gives the user the ability of sort of invisible observation within, I think it's something like a 3,400 kilometer radius around them. And this is better than Robin's flower fruit because she can't be seen doing it, because there's a panel in the manga where Oda personifies it as a flying bird because it's bird's eye view, but that can't actually be seen by the people she's watching, even if they look directly at it. Also, you can peer into people's minds. So let's say that Viola captured someone. She wouldn't need to interrogate them because she can simply look into their mind. Also, she can see through people's clothes, so she can see if they're hiding weapons or something. And then for offensive capabilities, she can also make tear whales, so just giant boiling water drops, and smash people with them. So it's an incredibly useful devil fruit. So that's my top 5 spying devil fruits. Thank you for watching. Bye.